Welcome back, everybody, to the Aaron's High Cap Adventure Radio program. Again, May 27, 2017. This is Memorial Day weekend. We just heard the voice of law enforcement. And Randy, you're still with us?
I'm here. Yes, sir.
You do an awesome job. I get so many compliments.
Thank you.
And comments about your words of wisdom and advice there. But right now, everybody, we are in our product spotlight segment. And this show is partially sponsored by ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we did a live remote last week at ANC Firearms, and you truly showed your support. Please do that again. Check out any weapon that you're going to look at. That's fine. Do your research. But if you like this program and you want it to continue, it's best if you go support the sponsors of the program. Otherwise, the show goes away. Can't be done for free, okay? So we need your support. That's why we ask you to like us on Facebook, become a subscriber to the YouTube channel, Aaron's Gun Shop, to go to our sponsors and purchase their products. They're excellent products, good prices, good people, and it all works out. Now, what we're doing here, if you want to call ANC Firearms, actually first, if you go to aaronsgunshop.com's Facebook page, you'll be able to see the product spotlight we're talking about, and it's going to be the Polytech AKS-223. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I put my hands on this gun. It's rock solid. It's nice. And you need to give ANC Firearms a call at 254-983-4417. That's 254-983-4417. And they've got all sorts of things and can help you out. You got Arch Kuntz, the owner, incredible guy, nice guy. And the staff there, you got Clint, Dennis, Mike, they're all ready to help you. You got guns, ammo, accessories, knives, you name it, reloading equipment, so on and so forth. But we're going to do something a little different today. Instead of me telling you about it, I've got my weapons instructor here, Zoltan Varga. Zoli's becoming a household name here. Lots of people come to the shop asking for him. He has a plethora of information when it comes to weapons based on his expertise and experience in Hungarian military, special forces, so on and so forth. And Zoli, you're with us today. How you doing, buddy?
I'm really good.
Make sure that mic's next to your face. I'll tell you what, let's swing it over because we want you on camera. There you go. And Zoli, I asked you to come on here to talk about this one because I had a comment from a listener one time, why don't you do more rifles? And it's because I'm more of a master at the pistol, although I can do the rifle no problem. But I'm one of those guys, I want to get the experts on it. And you are an expert when it comes to rifles, as well as you're a very good pistol shooter too. But primarily I want to focus on the rifle. So what we're going to do is have you talk about the Polytech AKS-223 that is located right now on the gun rack at ANC Firearms. And ladies and gentlemen, this is hot, okay? And Zoli's going to talk to you about it, give his commentary, give you his personal experience. So let's, Zoli, why don't you take it away? Tell the people what you got going here with the Polytech AKS-223.
Mm-hmm. So first of all, I'm really familiar with all the AK platforms because the Hungarian military basic issued weapon is the Hungarian version of the AK-47. So I really know and I like this gun. This particular piece in a 223 caliber, it's a really, as you said, rock solid gun. And because of the caliber that you can buy in every Walmart, and technically here in Texas, I think every household has at least a box of 223. It makes it a perfect like apocalypse gun, if we can say this, because it really doesn't need too much taking care of. It's if you disassemble it for cleaning, what it should be like once in every 1,000 rounds, or if it gets really dirty, you have get just 2 6 pieces when you disassemble it, and all the pieces are big, like 3 inches long, the biggest.
So
The smallest
anything,
piece.
right?
You won't lose, like when you're cleaning an AR and you get out that firing pin, securing pin, and it's dark or muddy or grass, and you just drop it and
I'm screwed. Pull out
I
the
have
paper
a
clip, yeah.
I have a gun, but I don't really have a gun. With the AKs, they are proved in every war. You can find AKs from the Nordic, North Pole down through the deserts, Europe, all over the world, into the jungles. They are fits perfectly, works perfectly in every kind of conditions. Doesn't matter how dirty they are, how rusty they are. If you clean out the chamber and the firing pin is moving, that gun will shoot for you.
That's an incredible platform. It really is. And with modern day accessories, you can just make it any way you want. It's incredible.
Yeah.
This one, though, the one that you're going to be talking about at ANC Firearms, it's a classic design. It's beautiful in its own right. It's like, I don't want to adapt to this thing. It's just, you pick it up and it's so rock solid. But go ahead. Don't let me steal your thunder.
If you can use the mechanical sight with that gun, and if you're just familiar with an AK system, you are good to go. If you start putting like lasers and optics and everything on it, it's just more and more things what can be screwed up in a situation. In case I have a paper downloaded from the internet and wrote my own thoughts for it, but one of the things what I want to quote from it is, if John Moses Browning was alive today and could only spend a couple of minutes inspecting an AK-47 or an AK to its American counterpart, the AR-15, there is no doubt in its writer's mind that he would choose an AK.
You know, I've read things about John Browning. I know his guns, and I agree with that author.
Yeah, if you see his technology back like the 1911 or the M2 Browning, they are pretty simple, very solid guns, and still used by the military all over the world.
Primary weapons, yep.
And they are early 19s.
That's right. It's incredible. 1911, the Modus, the list goes on. The bar. It's incredible.
But this, technically, if you buy this gun, you get not just one firearm, but also 2 extra weapons.
Explain that.
Because first of all, it has a really solid wooden buttstock. What is in close combat fight, you can cause serious damage without worrying you damage the gun itself. Also, it has a fold-in triangular bayonet on it, what technically folds under the barrel. But if you put it out, it's also good for like causing stabbing wounds. And the triangular shape makes the wounds
The
more
triangular
really
shape of
healed.
the spike, yeah, harder to heal. You know, you made a comment about how nothing's going to happen to the gun if you butt stroke somebody in the head. When I was going through my military training, we had this Samoan doing bayonet training with an AR, M16 rifle. And this guy, man, he had some energy behind him. Butt strokes breaks the gun in half.
Yep.
Okay? It happens. It's aluminum. Okay? It's going to happen. This thing, though, it's not going to happen with this gun. Okay.
Yeah. Technically, when the Polytech made this gun, we can say they made the Rolls-Royce of AKs. Technically, all countries who bought the AK design from the Russians, they had to do some standards what was back in the time inspected time to time by Soviet engineers and military personnel, like the chrome-lined barrels. And as I remember correctly, an M16 was the lifetime was like 15,000 shots, and after that they really needed to inspect the barrel and everything. An AK, simplest AK, is like 60,000 shots.
Well, I'm going to throw this in there. I can't back it up. I'm just trying to remember it from what I read. They started off without chrome line barrels in M16s, and then they changed to chrome line, I think, for that reason. Because it survives, it makes the gun survive a lot longer.
Yes, and if you see a simple AK design, it's always the same. It doesn't matter, it's just the caliber or the factory technology what is changed, the manufacturing technology. The design and the outlook is always the same, and the M16 already needed like 5 or 6 upgrades.
Right. Because they said, ooh, that didn't work, we need to fix this, right? Whereas the AK, well,
Yeah,
we're going
like-
good, we're going strong.
Put a forward assist on it because it's not always looking.
That's right.
Also, it really over-designed. Like, if you get your hand on an AK bolt, it has these 3 big bolt nuts, what is securing the bolt in the chamber. It couldn't be happened
They
if
call
broke.
that locking lugs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It couldn't happen if you break. While in an AR, it can happen if you use oversized ammunition.
And the other thing, too, correct me if I'm wrong, being such a tightly toleranced weapon as the M16 is, with all those different little locking nugs, it's just more places for carbon to build up, more potential for malfunction, whereas the less amount of things you've got in the way, the less stuff can happen, right?
Technically, the biggest issue with the AR platforms are the gas powder is goes back to the bolt. While in the AK, with the long blowback gas piston system, the biggest carbon built up it's on the gas piston, but it's totally separated from the bolt.
Right.
It's like
So it keeps it clean in there.
it keeps it clean, and also it doesn't go back. The gas it doesn't go back into the mechanism,
Right.
but right at the gas piston, there goes out to the air. They
Yes.
don't go back to the mechanism.
Right.
Also, if you just look the hammer, look the springs in an AK, they are overpowered, oversized. You shake it and it's clicking. It's like you hear these sounds from your car and you start worrying. But that's normal for an AK. Because we tried the AKs, almost everything. We dropped in the mud, pick up, dropped in the water, pick up, fire with it, snow, fire with it. The original AK factory, the Izmash, has a test. They're bringing the guns minus 60 degrees Celsius down. They technically frosted down the guns.
That's cool.
And they fire with it. And that's also a recommendation for every AKs.
Wow. It's an incredible way. Keep going.
This particular gun has the, how do you call it, bird cage?
Yeah, it's
flash suppressor?
It's not exactly like the M16 bird cage, but it's close. So because a normal AK's got the slanted flash hider, it kind of keeps the gun from flipping up in a certain direction the way it's angled. This one here that they got on the gun there looks more like a bird cage.
Yeah, that kind of flash hider, we called it compensator because of the gun design, your shoulder stand-up point is lower than the barrel. That's why when you start shoot with the gun like full automatic mode, it will goes up and a little bit right because of the mechanism. And an AR where the shoulder fixing point and the barrel at on the same level, it technically just goes back.
That's right. Now let me clarify one thing on the bird cage. All you experts out there, if you want to call in to correct me, that's fine, no problem. But just to say with the flash suppressor, the flash hider isn't really to hide the flash. It's to minimize the brightness in your line of sight, to minimize your or to maximize your night vision. And if you'll notice on some a lot of bird cages, if you have a 360-degree circle, okay, if you go from about the 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock position, it's a solid base under there. And that's because they don't want the gases blowing down, kicking up dust. They want it going upward. So it's not really what you think it is. It's not meant to hide your shot flash from the enemy. It's more to reduce the glare from you if you're doing night firing. Just want to make a couple comments on that.
Also, if you fire with a birdcage flash hider in the night, you can see like it's a beautiful rose-shaped flames going out in the end of the chamber.
Right. Now, let's see. We've got this particular gun that we're talking about, the Polytech AKS-223. This is actually Arch's personal gun. He got this. I think he said it was during the Clinton administration, and it's one of his personal ones. These are hard to get, especially in this condition. This is like almost like new condition. And the price on it, I mean, AKs, if you get American-made AKs that are really well made, they're pretty expensive. But this one here, the price matches what it is. It's hard to get. It's 223. It's rock solid. And just give AC Firearms a call, 254-983-4417. They'll tell you all about it, prices, what comes with it, and all that kind of stuff. But what else you got here to talk about this on this Polytech?
Well, about the Polytech is this company is a Chinese company, but they are using highly CNC machineries back at the time, and they were, because of the geological closeness, they were really time to time inspected by the Russians. And technically they are made these guns back at the time, it's like 1980s, because they realized if they're confronted at that time in the Cold War with the NATO, they can get and use the 223 ammunitions.
Zoltan, we got a call on the line. Let's see if it has to pertain to what we're doing here. Go ahead, Alan. Why don't you put him on the line and see what we got? Welcome, caller. How you doing? Okay, say again. I couldn't hear you. Hello, can you hear me?
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes. Could you tell me if you're going to post today's news online? It's not outside. I just wondered.
Yes, we'll be posting that a little later. Let's get back to Aaron's gun show now.
Okay, hey, Zoe, I'll tell you what. We're running out of time here, so let's do this. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, this segment is sponsored by ANC Firearms and Hyde & Hammer at 254-983-4417. Give them a call. They got everything you need there. Give them a call. Talk to Arch, Clint, Mike, Dennis, whatever. They'll square you away. But I think what we're going to try and do, ladies and gentlemen, I had a caller call one time and ask why I don't talk more about rifles. Well, it's very simple because I'm a handgun instructor and I'm an expert with the handgun and I'm very good with the rifle. However, I lean more to the handgun side of it. Zoltan here, he's expert with both. But I think what we're going to do, Zoe, is we're going to start maybe at least once a month, have you on here and talk about another type of rifle platform. And I think we had mentioned one that you want to discuss the next time we come on so everybody can get prepared for this. Which rifle were we talking about?
Is the Ruger Precision in 308 caliber.
And give a real quick synopsis of what that is so we can get prepped for when we come on the next time.
It's technically a precision rifle made by the Ruger. It has a 22-inch barrel on it, and technically, according to the website, I haven't tried it yet personally. It's makes a sub-moi spread in 1,600 yards.
Wow. Now I know you do your research on all the guns. You don't get something unless you really like it. So ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman here, Zoltan Varga, he's an expert at what he does. He's very selective in what he gets. So when he starts talking about a specific gun, you need to listen. So what we're going to do is, Alan, we're going to wrap this up here. We're going to do a long break, and we're going to get prepared for our interview with Justice of the Peace, Andy Isaacs. We're going to be talking about his Morning Star Ministries and how him and his wife have been helping out youngsters with many different programs that they have there, and we'll talk to him on the other side. Zoli, it's always a pleasure to have you on. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you want to get a class formed up, a seminar for rifles or pistols, give us a call, 5 or more, we'll get you squared away. So we'll see you on the other side.
Capellino,
That was
Don,
good,
Fred,
Zoli.
the law firm
Good
in
job.
Cameron, focuses on